The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts, coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
This is Kirk Franklin, and I just want to say these damn kids don't appreciate shit. You just had to whoop their ass and kick them on their fucking neck and knock their motherfucking ass out. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is Kirk Franklin. You listen to the X and Y show.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the XY Show, and I'm your host, Roosevelt. You have to forgive Kirk Franklin. In the beginning of the segment, he's still trying to control his temper and cursing people out. He's a dear friend of mine, so we're working on it. But he agreed to do that segment for me, so I appreciate it. Thank you, Kirk Franklin. Welcome. I'm so glad to be back. Another week has gone by. Before you know it, it'll be the Christmas season again. March is already almost over. St. Patrick's Day, is gone. I don't do shit for St. Patrick's. I used to go out and at least drink green beer and shit. But, I don't know. I just don't do shit for it no more. Anyway, so now we are in spring. Today is the first day of spring. For those of you who know, I hate spring. I don't give a fuck flowers. And I'm not a sufferer of allergies. But I just hate fucking spring. I don't like it. I hate summer even more. It's so fucking hot. For those of you who listen to the XY Show, my favorite season is winter. My second favorite is autumn. And, we are in the spring. It's going to be muggy, rainy, and can't keep your damn truck clean because all this fucking pollen flying around. I hate the spring. Fuck spring. Summer is hot as fuck. Then you got to worry about being blown off the planet by a fucking hurricane. These 2 months are my most hated, but let's get through them. Hopefully by the end of summer, this pandemic will be squashed to an all-time low. So let's hope that happens. But fuck spring. I hate spring. All right, I'm gonna get into this week's 2 letters here. First one is from Bob. My fiance wants me to move in her house. Mistake number 1. She has a son, good kid, but he has a pet snake. Oh. I hate snakes. What should I do? Damn. I don't know how serious the relationship is, Bob. It sounds like it's pretty serious if she wants you to move in her house. I think that's a mistake. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't live. Motherfuckers, you gotta stop playing house. A lot of people are playing house these days. You know, they want to do everything but the right thing, you know, like the old days. You know, you court and then you get married, right? And then you move in, or then you buy a house together. Preferably, that's my method, buying a house together, if that's possible. You know, motherfuckers always skipping crucial steps, you know, living together and doing all this stuff that you shouldn't do, doing it in the wrong order, you know. So I wouldn't move in there because, you know, I don't like to play house, but more so, that's her house. So I wouldn't move in for just that reason alone. But now, if you just want to talk about, because the kid has a pet snake, well, shit. If you guys get married in the future, he's still going to have that pet snake. So you have to make a decision. You have to address that. I hate snakes as well. I think snakes are evil, and if I can kill every last one of those motherfuckers on this planet, they all would be dead. I know somebody says, the rodents would take over the planet. Fuck all that. Just make more rat traps. Shit. You know, breed power cats or some shit. I don't know. But I hate fucking snakes. I wish I can kill all of them. So what would I do? I don't know. That's tough because, I mean, what do you break up with her because her son have a snake? Yeah. I definitely won't move in the house unless we're married. But keep in mind that if you get married, that kid is still going to have a snake. So you just, I don't think there's anything you can do. To be honest with you, I mean, like I said, what are you going to do? Break up with her? Oh, your son has a snake? So you're just going to have to buckle down and realize that it's going to be you, your fiance's son, and the family's pet snake. You know? I don't know what kind of snake it is. I'm assuming this is a boa constrictor or one of those motherfuckers that'll squeeze you to death. So he's going to get bigger and more of a threat. I know you snake lovers. Oh, that's not true. Yeah, yes, it is. Shit. Fuck out of here. Oh, he won't hurt anyone. Fuck out of here. So just keep that in mind. That might be something that you have to address with your fiance before you move in. Or if you tell your fiance later when you get married, you know, I really don't like Billy's snake. Or, I really don't like that. And then if you get rid of the snake, then Billy's going to hate your guts even more. You know, he already hates you probably because you're coming in where his dad used to be and shit. So now he's going to hate you even more because you're making him get rid of his fucking snake. So that's a tricky situation, actually. So I'm going to play it safe. I don't know what I would do. Shit. This is why I don't fuck with women with kids. Another reason as well. I know a lot of you say, "Oh, here we go again. He don't like women." Yeah, that's why. Because you run into situations like this. I mean, if it was just a single woman, then it wouldn't be an issue, right? I mean, other than you moving out of order and not married, and moving in someone's house, that's fucked up, and I don't like that kind of shit. But besides that, it wouldn't be an issue with her kid or a snake if she didn't have kids. It could be something else. What if the kid likes, going out and doing shit that night with his kid, and she's okay with it. But the kid is, 13 or 14 and coming in at 12 o'clock at night. She's okay, but, are you going to be okay with it? It's all kind of shit you have to think about when you're going into an environment where the woman has children already. Not to mention that the father's baby, the kid's father. So it's all kind of shit. A lot of times, Roosevelt, you're just selfish, you're shallow. No, it's just I don't want to deal with that shit. I don't have to. So I don't know, Bob. I don't know what to tell you. I think that if you really like this woman, then you have to just buckle up and be in the house with you, fiance son, and your pet snake. Because it's the family snake now, shit. Or you just say, no, I don't want to move in there because Billy has a snake. And she makes Billy gets rid of the snake, so Billy hates your fucking guts. So you're going into even more fucked up situation when you move in. So I don't think you can't win. So be like me. Just don't date women with kids. Oh, I know some women out there going to send me some emails for that shit. But that's okay. I tell you like it is on X and Y Show. I don't fuck around. That's why a lot of you like this show, because you hear the real thing. I don't cut corners. I don't sugarcoat it and all that shit. You hear the real deal, whether you like it or not. Next question from Shelly. Shelly said she met this wonderful guy. I would like to be intimate with him. That's good news. I have herpes. Okay. Should I tell him? What? Yeah. Shelly, yeah, you should tell him if you have herpes. That's very something very important that you shouldn't leave out. I forgot to tell you. So now you have something for the rest of your life. No, Shelly, you have to tell him and let him make the decision if he wants to. He might decide that he would like to still be intimate with you, but that has to be his decision. It can't be where you just like this guy, you digging him, and you want to fuck him, but you don't feel that you should tell him that you have herpes, probably because he won't want to be with you anymore. You can't. The onus can't be on you. That's his decision to make. He might, like I said, he might say, well, that's cool. I still want to be with you. That's cool. You told me. He's informed, so he's making a decision of his own that he still wants to be with you. But you can't make that decision for him. Well, I'm just not going to tell him. Maybe he won't find out. Yes, he will. When he get, chancers and pus bumps all on his lips and shit, he going to find out. So, yes, Shelly, that's something you definitely should tell the guy. You cannot leave that in the dark. That's not a secret that you keep, especially someone that you want to be intimate with. So, yeah, you definitely have to tell him. And if he says, well, I don't want to be with you, then you have to accept that. That's his decision to make. That's his freedom to make. It's not yours. So give him that opportunity. Let him make that decision. He might still want to be with you. All right. So I'm going to jump into this week's show. This week's show is very simple. Forgive and forget. Forgive and forget. Now I say that because, with a lot of relationships and a lot of marriages, sometimes people do things that are bad, as far as cheating or telling lies or, something that they have to apologize for. Nobody's perfect, not even me. I know a lot of you women out there think that I'm perfect, but I'm not perfect. I'm not. I admit it. I make a mistake here too once in a while. But everybody fucks up from time to time. Some fuck up more than others, but everybody fuck up. No matter how long you've been in a relationship, no matter how long you've been in a marriage, everyone fucks up every once in a while, and people fuck up either one way or another, or a myriad of different ways. So when a person fucks up, because we're all human, we all make mistakes. How are we to forgive them for that? What is the time frame of forgiving someone for fucking up? And I say that because I think that a lot of relationships and marriages today are breaking up because people don't forgive. And a lot of times people are always saying that bullshit, oh, I can forgive, but I can't forget. Well, no, you're not forgiving. You're not forgiving. And I'm not casting a, godlike image on this. I'm guilty of this. I'm getting better now. I'm much better than I was in my younger days. Before, if you fucked up, that's it. Get the fuck out of my face. I didn't forgive or forget. That was a definite flaw of mine. But shit, I'm not the only one. You motherfuckers out there a lot of you out there don't forgive as well. And you never forget. That's why so many marriages are breaking up. So many relationships are fucked up because people don't forgive. And I think that once people realize that people fuck up because we're all humans, I think that it'd be easier to forgive. What is forgiveness? How long would it take you to forgive someone? Could you forgive someone? Now, of course, like I said before, it depends on what they did. But I think that, unfortunately, it's not something that is rated. And what I mean by that, it seems like everything someone does, it takes a hard time to forgive them. I mean, I've had friends that just forgotten to take out the garbage and they don't get pussy for a month. I'm like, I had girlfriends who, now I will say this, guys usually don't hold grudges too long. They might be mad a day or two, or if he acts more like a punk, he might hold it around for a week. That's very unusual. If you got a man that doesn't speak to you for 2 and 3 months at a time, then you married to a little bitch. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said it. I don't hold my tongue on that shit. If you married a man and he walking around the house not speaking to you and shit for 2 and 3 months, then he's a little bitch. But most men don't do that. Most men 1 or 2, 3 days at most 3 days. That's very unusual for a guy to go over that. Usually woman, you give him some pussy, he, all of us forgotten. We're easy. But a woman will say she's forgiven something, but she's talking about that shit 10 years from now, 15 years from now. Oh, I remember. You remember you did, and then during the time, they might hold that grudge. You might not be getting no ass in a month. You might be in the doghouse for 3 months, 6 months, depending on what you did. Women hold grudges far longer than men do. Far longer than men. And when they're mad about something, of course, they don't give you any pussy and they don't want to do shit for you. They don't, and in addition to that, couples today, besides having toxic relationships, they don't communicate. A lot of times, the other person don't realize they fucked up. They don't realize what they did, or they don't realize the extent to what they did because the other person don't tell them. They hold all that shit in. You did this and you did that, but they don't say anything. So, you have all this shit building up until the next thing you know, you guys are breaking up or you guys are getting a divorce. It's that simple. But I think that when it is finally realized, how another person fucked up, then, forgiveness, that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing. To forgive someone for something that they did. Like I said, everyone messes up from time to time. So think to yourself, why is it so hard to forgive someone for something that it seems that would be easily forgivable? Forgetting to take out the garbage, you forgot to pick me up, or I don't know, it's something that the only thing that I would say that is very difficult or should be very difficult for someone to forgive is infidelity or cheating. That's different. And I'm going to be honest with you. If my wife ever cheated on me, it's over. And I say that now because I'm not talking in that situation. I've never been in love with a woman. So, to be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Who knows what I'll do? I'm speaking as a single man right now. I'm not speaking as a man who's married to a woman. Maybe we have kids, or maybe I really actually love this woman, whatever that means. And I might be inclined to forgive her for cheating on me. But I'm looking at that shit and I know that would be very difficult for me to forgive a woman if she ever committed infidelity in our marriage. Like most of you motherfuckers, you say you forgive, but you can't forget, but you really don't truly forgive. I'm being honest. I don't know if I can forgive, and I'm not playing around and cotertzy around that shit. I don't know if I can forgive a woman cheating on me. A lot of you motherfuckers say what is politically correct. Oh yeah, I can forgive him. I love you. But do you actually forgive? And I'm not talking about that bullshit, forgive, but you never forget. Do you actually forgive them? In my opinion, I don't think you do. I don't think forgiveness exists enough in today's relationships and marriages. That's why so many marriages are falling apart. People don't forgive. People go to bed angry for years at one another. And that shit grows. And when the kids get grown and move out, time for divorce. That's why, you see these couples after 20 years and they're getting a divorce. 25 years and they're getting a divorce. That don't even fucking make sense to me. But that's why. That's what's happening. This couple have been living in a toxic marriage or relationship for all this time, and then they finally, the kids grow up or whatever. They find a way out and they get a divorce for something that they probably could have rectified decades earlier. Communication is key. Finding out what happened, what needs to be forgiven. And the next step is being able to forgive, truly forgive, and move on. Truly forgive and move on. That's key. That's what a lot of couples in relationships or marriages need to realize. Forgive and truly forget and move on. You're either going to forgive or not. If you're not, get the fuck out of there. Stop playing around. Stop faking. If you really can't get over that she cheated on you or he cheated on you, then get the fuck out of there. Stop playing with yourself. Stop being in a toxic environment that you're never going to be happy in. Get out of there. But don't be around faking and smiling. Oh, I forgive you, I love you. But I don't forget. Well, you haven't forgiven. You haven't truly forgiven. And it really can never basically be the same if you never forgive and move on. It'll never be the same. And that's what people in relationships and marriages have to learn how to do. That's something you can't be taught. That's something you can't be trained on how to do. That comes from the heart. And it would appear to me that if someone loves one another, I'm just saying theoretical shit. You're supposed to love this person, and you'll give your last breath to them, and you had children for them, or she's the mother of your children, and you're tied to one another strongly, but you can't forgive them. If you're a Christian, God and Jesus forgives you for your sins. Could you imagine if he didn't forgive us for our sins? We'll be in trouble because we're always sinning. We're always messing up. So if you're a Christian and you can't forgive, then that makes you the ultimate hypocrite. Or, I don't know the other religions, how they feel about forgiveness, but it's probably close. So if you can't forgive, but you expect to be forgiven from your God, but you can't forgive, then that would make you a hypocrite. Makes you the ultimate hypocrite. And this is what I think that a problem is with a lot of marriages today. A lot of marriages are walking around with two people who are angry, or one of them are very angry because they can't forgive. And they grow into this toxic relationship that grows over the years, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and more toxic. And hell, by the time they get divorced, they hate one another. These same people that loved each other a few years ago, they want to kill each other now. Because someone fucked up and the other person can't forgive. So think about that. The next time your husband fucks up, forgive him. Move on. Life is too short to be stressed out over some bullshit. If it's not anything serious, like something real serious. And the most serious thing that I can think of is infidelity. That's the ultimate. Like I said before, I haven't been in love before, so I don't know what I'll do. But I'm thinking as a single man, I wouldn't accept that. I would not be able to forgive. But I don't know. I have to see one day, and hopefully I won't see. I don't want to go through that shit. But some of you, your husbands have cheated. Did you really forgive him? Some of you, your wives have cheated. Did you really forgive her? That's the key. You say that you've done this awesome act of forgiveness, but I don't forget. Then you haven't forgiven. So the next time your husband fucks up or the next time your wife fuck up, and they will, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it to linger on for years to come or months to come or, angry, at one another? No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So that would be my advice to people in relationships and marriages. You have to you take counseling and all of this kind of thing, and but a lot of times it's just a simple thing like being able to truly forgive. That would cure so many issues in relationships and marriages of today. Being able to truly forgive. I'm not talking about say you forgive, but you're saying that you never forget. That's bullshit. I'm talking about truly being able to forgive. That's a beautiful thing. And I think that's something that more people should do in marriages and relationships. Because if that was happening, then there wouldn't be so many marriages breaking up to 20 years, 15 years, 30 years. Or relationships breaking up for bullshit. If people just forgave more. So remember that the next time your boyfriend or your girlfriend fuck up. Remember that the next time your husband or your wife fuck up. Be able to forgive. Move on. If you truly love that person, then it should be easy to do. That concludes another episode of XY Show. I'm glad you joined me. I really appreciate you guys. I want to say thank you for all that take time out to listen to me on a weekly basis. I really appreciate it. Please continue to support me. I really enjoy seeing your comments and your emails. Even if they're negative, you're listening. And I really appreciate you guys doing that, and girls as well. Hopefully, the XY Show will excel to higher heights this year. And I'm really glad that you guys are taking this ride with me. So appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check me out on all of your listening avenues. I'm pretty much on everything, iHeart, Spotify, everything that you listen to. I'm on Spotify. I'm on social media as well. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. You can find it all on my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. And you can find everything there as far as my social media, my store, everything is there. Be sure to check it out. There's also a Patreon page. So be sure to show everyone that you love the XY Show so much that you decided to become a Patreon of it. Really appreciate it. So without further ado, I will leave you until next week, but I want you to always remember that you have to forgive. And I want you also to remember that you cannot have love without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.